What is up, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and today I'm joined by my very special guest, my stepson, Ryan. He is Rye Guy on YouTube. If you guys haven't checked his channel out, he does comics, he does Fortnite, he does Roblox, he does a whole bunch of video game stuff. So if you guys haven't checked him out on YouTube, make sure you guys are looking at his channel. What's up, dude?
Nothing.
We're hanging out. We're going to be doing a 10-book buy, sell, or hold. I think we picked some good ones and really some challenges of some good books that we're kind of going to see if we should hang on to them. Should we sell them? Should we buy more of them? But we figured we'd jump on and do kind of a live impromptu live chat because we really haven't done one in a while, have we, dude?
Yeah, we haven't done one in a while.
I know. I think the last one we did was remember we did the Spider-Man, the artist, who was the best top 10 Spider-Man artist. I think that's what it was we did.
Yeah, that's the last one we did.
I think you're right. So either way, not much going on. It's a Saturday night. We just got back from dinner, and we were thinking of something cool that we could come on and do. So we have 10 books to show you guys. We're going to take our time, go through them. I'm going to throw some pics on the screen. And always, whoever shows up, let us know what you think in the comments. If you agree with us, if you don't agree with us, if we suck, if we're good, whatever. Either way, we're going to go ahead and we'll start with number 10, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys number 10. I have this copy of this book. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 361, the first appearance of Carnage. Hot book right now with the movie coming out. What do you think, Rye? Is it a buy, sell, or hold? I'm going to go ahead. Before you get started, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to share the picture of this Carnage. I got to find it now. There it is. All right. So there we go. What do you think? Is this a buy, sell, or hold? And tell me why.
I think it's a sell because the Venom trailer just came out like a week ago. And Carnage, we all know Carnage is going to be in Venom 2. So I think it's a sell right now. Because it's probably going to go up, like, once the second trailer comes out, it's going to go up. It's right here. It's going to go up. So, yeah, I think it's a sell.
I agree with you, dude. I think I picked this one up for my personal collection, and I had a CBCS 9.2, which I sold just when that trailer dropped, and I picked up a raw copy just for my personal collection because everybody knows I collect ASM, and I try to get all the keys that I can for that run. So I picked up a raw copy just to have on my PC, but I agree with you. It's a sell. We actually already saw Carnage, right? We saw him in the trailer. We know what he looks like. We don't know anything about the movie other than that, but, I think it's a sell as well. Except for people who are going to keep this in their PC, I think it's a sell from an investment standpoint. So I agree with you 100%. Sell,
Yeah.
sell, 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 sell. All right. So that's number one. Let me drop this down and get this out of here. There we go. We're back. You want to drop them what number the second one?
Yep. For number 2, we got Secret Wars number 8. This book is a pretty good book. And
what is that? First black costume.
I
think that's the origin. I think that's the origin of the black costume, not the first black costume. The origin of the black costume. So yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think on that one?
It's a pretty cool book. I think it's a hold until the Secret Wars trailer comes out. I think it's a hold. And yeah.
I agree with you. I am waiting. That's my number one thing I want to see in these MCU movies is the black costume and Secret Wars. Eventually, I think they will get to it. It's going to be a long time. So for me, this is a buy. I think people out there are underestimating the popularity of the black suit, of the symbiote itself. And when that symbiote finally gets to Spider-Man in the MCU, we saw it, in the Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, which it wasn't done great. When that black suit and the symbiote hits Peter Parker in the MCU, this book is going to go nuts. The 252 is going to go nuts. It's going to be insane. So to me, this is a buy all day long. If you have it, obviously hold it. If you don't have it, I think you should go out and get it. And I think that if you have it, go get more. I actually have 3 copies of this book right now. One I keep with my Secret Wars set. One I have a raw copy, and then I have a 9.2 CGC graded book that I've had forever. And like I said, when I find them in nice grade, I keep them. I just hang on to them, right? I think 9.2 or better, you keep them. So I just want to get caught up in the chat. I think we only got one guy, and that's cool. Joe, what's going on, bud? And he agreed with us on the 361 that we sell on that one, and I agree. Can you see the chat, Ryan?
Yes, I can. It's on my phone.
Okay. All right. So let's go to number 8. All right. Number 8 is a book I recently bought maybe like 3 months ago, and I think I was a little bit too late to the party. It's X-Men number 4. Of course, the first appearance of Wanda and Quicksilver. Great book to have. This book shot up beyond belief. And like I said, I was a little bit late to the party. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find my pick of this book and throw it up so we can have a convo about this one. But here we go. What do you think? I mean, I love this cover, early X-Men. And with X-Men still being a huge thing coming in the MCU, this book still may go up. But you go first. What do you think? Is it a buy, sell, or hold?
I think it is a hold because sooner than later we're going to see the real Quicksilver.
We already saw the real Quicksilver in the first Avengers. The Avengers 2. I'm sorry, Age of Ultron. We saw him.
Yes, but like the multiverse Quicksilver.
So you think he's coming back?
The X-Men movie. Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead.
I think it's a hold until they announce him like coming. So yeah.
I think it's a hold too. I don't want to let this one go yet, especially with Scarlet Witch finally becoming the Scarlet Witch and realizing all her true powers. You don't know what she's capable of going forward in the MCU, and hopefully they keep her around and expand her character more. I agree with you. I think it's a hold. If you don't have it right now, I don't know if I would buy it right at this point because of that uncertainty. And I definitely wouldn't sell it yet because I do believe there's untapped potential in this book and any of the early X-Men, to be honest. But I do think I agree with you a hold. And I think Joe agrees with us as well. So yeah. Awesome. So I think we're 3 for 3 so far. All 3 of us that are in this thing right now agree on the books, which is great. All right, let me drop this, get back into the chat. All right, so the next book is probably one of my personal favorites. I actually have 2 copies of this book. I probably will add a third at some point, and I know you got it. So go ahead, drop it. What is it?
We got Amazing Spider-Man 41 First Rhino. And I think this is sooner or later. This is gonna be a big sell. But for right now, I think it's gonna be a hold because I watched like a leak video from the Cosmic Wonder for YouTube, and it said that the Rhino is gonna be in Spider-Man 3, which I don't know about, but hopefully he is. And they said the trailers might be dropping soon. So hold this until the trailer comes out and we get actual kind of like confirmation until that he's in.
So to me, this book is a buy only because everything you said is 100% right. But why it's a buy is because this is the only Amazing Spider-Man villain where the book is actually affordable, like Silver Age. Like you look at anyone early, like Vulture, Doc Ock, even Craven now is ridiculous. Electro, they're all expensive books. You can buy a ASM 41 for $200 and something still, which to me is a travesty. And I don't know why, because Rhino is like, I said this in one of my earlier videos. He's like a dope. He's like he's all brawn. He's no brains, but that's all right. You need a villain that's like that. So to me, why is this so undervalued? I don't understand. Like, it's an awesome freaking cover. I'd love this cover to death. So to me, this is a buy all day long, especially because it's cheap. So anytime I could find a copy, and I think I paid $250 for this, I'm buying all day long. And this is probably like a good 4 or 5 copy. It's beautiful. And I think I have a 4.0 on my wall over there. 4 or 5. I have another 4 or 5 graded copy back there. I'm picking those up all day long if you can. And I do believe that you may see him in one of these Spider-Man movies as like a cameo. I would love to see him done properly, an actual like suit like that in an MCU film. I don't know if we're ever going to get that, but I'd still think it's a buy only for the fact that it's so cheap. So you say it's a hold, I say it's a buy. It's the first time we're disagreeing, but that's all right. Still an awesome book to have, right?
The thing is, with Rhino, they kind of messed him up in THEMIGHTYRPH too, because his suit was not on point. His characterism was not on point. They kind of just screwed him over. So I agree. Would like to see an MCU real version.
I hate how you say THEMIGHTYRPH. That's the first thing. It's the Amazing Spider-Man, THEMIGHTYRPH. These kids today, man, I tell you. Tasm.
Easier. Tasm
But
is easier.
I get it. But my point is that I agree that they screwed up the costume. They didn't do him right. They didn't do him justice. But if they gave him like a comic book accurate costume and made him enormous, almost like they had the Juggernaut in Deadpool 2, like I would like to see that. Like that would be perfect. But I don't think we're gonna get him right now. I do think he'll get a cameo, but he'll be the older Amazing Spider-Man villain. So hopefully that's the case because I do want to see him. But either way, I still think it's a buy. He thinks it's a hold. Nothing from Joe. Maybe he left, but either way, we're okay. All right, so we're at number 5. We're almost halfway through. All right, so this is Fantastic Four number 52, first appearance of the Black Panther. Now this is a book that's tricky. I will say that, and for me, this book is a sell, and I'm going to tell you why. I am going to hold on a second. Let me throw up the picture. I like throwing these pictures up only because if somebody pops in, they know what we're talking about, right?
Yep.
So there we go. First appearance of the Black Panther. Unfortunately, what happened to Chadwick Boseman was awful. I would have loved to have seen him keep going with this character in the MCU. And now that they said they're not going to recast him, so I don't know what it holds for the actual Black Panther. It won't be T'Challa, according to them. Someone else will have to take over the mantle. So for me, that's why I'm putting this as a sell, just from an investment purposes. This is, for me, I have a detached cover that I recently got from my LCS, got this in. I had a 4.5 CGC. I sold it just for the fact that it was hot and it was the right time to sell. And I don't know going forward what's going to happen. So to me, I have a PC copy. I don't need it to be anything great. It's a low grade. It presents well. I'm okay with that. So Ryan, go ahead. What do you think? I think that was a sell.
I think it's a sell too, because with what happened with Chadwick Boseman, I still think they shouldn't recast him, but they should make like Shuri Black Panther or something. And
I think they will eventually.
And I think that it's a sell because if they do that, it's probably gonna be like down the line, like 2022, 2073, like that. So I think it's a sell for now, and once it gets like there, it would probably turn into a hold.
I agree. I think eventually, if they do down the line recast him, then maybe, or someone else gets the Black Panther, then maybe you buy those books. But if they don't recast him as T'Challa, then I probably wouldn't do it unless you want a PC copy. I wouldn't hold it as an investment. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All
right. So next one's on you. What's the next book?
The next one is Thor 165. First Adam Warlock, the Cocoon Man from Guardians 2. And my copy is busted up a lot.
Low grade is better than no grade, right?
Yep. And I really like this cover. It looks pretty cool. And the Cocoon Man was pretty cool in Guardians too. So
I know it's taken so long for them to put this character out here because of what happened with Guardians being pushed back and all this stuff. I wish they would have brought him in for Infinity War or Endgame, but they didn't get to it. But what is it? Is it a buy, sell, or hold for you?
I think it's probably a buy, and then if you already have it, it's a hold, because like they already announced that they're doing Guardians 3. It's probably gonna get released in early 2022, late 2022, somewhere around there. And yeah, I think it's a hold if you already have it, and if you don't have it, it's a buy.
I agree. I have a 3.5 copy CGC, and I also have a raw copy that's probably around the same grade up on my wall over there. I agree. I think it's a buy. Don't get me wrong. It's a great character. I think they missed their chance to use him early, and they didn't. I do think eventually he'll show up. I just don't know what capacity, and that's what kind of scares me. And the next thing is that because he showed up in FF67 as the Cocoon, and then we hit Thor 165, and he comes out of the Cocoon as him. And then you have Marvel Premiere #1, where he gets named Adam Warlock, or Adam, and then he's Power of Warlock at some point. I don't remember the order of what they were, but there's so many key books just for this one character. It kind of makes it tough to see which one to pick up. I think you have to pick them all up. But I do think, to me, I think the Thor 165 is the money book. FF 67 would be right behind that, and then the Power of Warlock after that. I know that's when he gets named his name, Adam Warlock, but to me, this was the money book. He comes out of the cocoon as him. This is the book I would buy, and it's still affordable. To me, it's a buy. It's still a buy. If you don't want to go out and add a second copy, if you own it already, then it's a hold. But definitely you got to pounce on this because he's a major character. I just think they should have used him already. I wish they would have. But now I don't know what capacity he's going to be in. So eventually he'll show up. I do 100%. They already saw the cocoon, right? He's coming.
Rip Cocoon Man.
Cocoon Man. All right. Let me get this off of here. Cocoon Man. All right. You got the next one. What is it?
It is Black Cat. It's Amazing Spider-Man 194, First Black Cat. I really like this book. I like the cover. For right now, it is probably a hold because they announced that they're working on a Kraven movie, solo movie, and a Black Cat solo movie. Sony, which they should have just gave it to Marvel, but they're doing a Black Cat solo movie and a Kraven solo movie. So for right now, I would hold this until they announce that they're done with it and they do like a teaser for it.
I agree. This is a screaming buy for me. I have 3 copies of this book. I used to have 4. I just had to get rid of one out of necessity because I had so many. This is a screaming buy for me. To me, this is one of the all-time favorite Spider-Man characters of all time. I have an 8.0 copy right now, and I have also another 2 raw books that I have waiting to be graded at some point. I love the Black Cat, and I love her involvement, the way she is a Spider-Man, not only being a villain, but also being a love interest. She's a huge character and has untapped potential in the MCU and the Sonyverse. I hope MCU gets her. I don't think it's going to happen. I do believe Sony plans on making her own standalone movie, which is unfortunate because I would love to see her go at it with Tom Holland. But to me, this is a screaming buy. This is my, I think it's a copper book. What's the year on this? It's 79. So I think it's the end of the Bronze Age. It's 79. One of my top undervalued Bronze Age books there is. I would buy this book in a heartbeat if I was anyone out there. Do not hesitate. I do believe this book is ready to explode as soon as it gets some kind of info. So to me, this is a screaming buy. If you don't have it, buy it. And if you have it, buy more.
Joe is back in the chat with whole Black Cat until it pops. I agree with you.
Hold it till it pops, man. I'm buying every copy I can get my freaking hands on. Every time I see somebody post this book, I am like, I have to go get it because it's so cheap. I bought that 8.0 for $200, and I bought my other 8.0 that I had for, I think, $220. I think I sold it for 400 and change or whatever it was. I think now maybe it's like 500. But it's still undervalued. Like where all these other great Bronze Age books are going. I mean, 181 is out of control. Now even First Punisher is out of control, in my opinion. It's going crazy. I know she's a minor villain, but she has such a great story. I believe that this book is due some. We talked about the Rhino before being so undervalued that you buy it no matter what. This is like the same thing. It's so undervalued, you have to buy it if you see it. So that's just my opinion. I'm buying. I'm not just holding. I'm buying everything I can see. But yeah, if you have it and you don't want to buy anymore, it's a definite hold, right?
Yep.
All right. I think we got 3 more. You ready? This one's on me. Captain America 117, First Falcon. This might be a little controversial, right? This is some big opinion. So let me go first, and then you go first. Go ahead. You talk, and then I'll throw up the picture while you're doing it. You first. What do you think?
Okay.
Buy, sell, or hold?
I think it's a sell because Falcon and Winter Soldier just ended, and this is not even the real Falcon that's in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Falcon is the new Captain America.
I get it. I get it, but it's still a first appearance of Sam Wilson and Captain America and the Falcon. So I mean, it is technically. I get what you're saying. It's not the first Cap, but like that first Falcon as Cap is like a $30 book. It's not a big money book. This to me, at least, I think I bought this copy, the raw copy, for I think $400, so it wasn't that bad. But you think it's a sell, 100% sell?
Yep, I think it's a sell because the same reason, and that, in my opinion, his costume doesn't look cool at all.
This one or the Cap one?
This one.
Oh yeah, but we didn't see this. You saw him for like a second in one of the Cap movies, but like so you're a sell. I'm kind of like I don't know. I'm either a hold or a sell. I agree the fact that it's a hold or a sell. Now I will give you a little telling. I have my graded copy. I have a 5.0 graded copy on eBay, and it's been on there for months and it hasn't sold. That tells me that right now that it's a sell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to holding on to this book though, because when Cap 4 comes out and he's a star, I think that might be the sell. So if you're okay holding on to it for a bit, I'm okay with that as well. But I agree with you. I think it's a sell. We got as much as we got out of the Falcon, and now he's Cap, and I'm not sure where he's going to go as Captain America. We know where he's going, but I don't know how the movies are going to do. Hopefully they do well. But either way, I agree. It's either a hold or a sell. Unless you can get it for cheap and you want it for the PC, I think it's a hold or a sell.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yep.
Okay.
Joe is back in the chat again. And
What's up, Joe?
And he has the first Falcon too. Nice.
Dude, hold on to it, man. Like, we're talking about like investment purposes for money, but like I agree, it's hard to let go of our books, right? It's hard to say goodbye to the stuff we cherish. Like, I love this book. I don't want to sell it, but from investment purposes, I might have to, because it's just, that's why we have multiple copies. I only need one for the personal collection. If I have a second, I can sell it when the time is right. To me, I think it's almost at that time. I think when Cap 4 comes out, or we get the first trailer for Cap 4, that's probably a little bit better time to sell it.
Yep.
All right, so the last two books you have. So you got to drop them with the last two. First one first.
First one, you were too lazy to get out, but we got Wolverine 1. This book is pretty cool. I like the cover. And at first when I looked at it, I didn't really like it, but it is pretty cool. And it kind of looks like the newer style books, kind of like First Gwen Stacy, like that, as Spider-Gwen. It's kind of like that. But yeah, I like this book. It's probably, yikes, it's probably a hold, because when the time comes and they launch the teaser, that they're gonna it's gonna explode, like boom, like hit with the baseball bat, explode to the top.
It's already gone nuts. Like, this book is out of control, in my opinion. It's not the first appearance of Wolverine. It's not the first cameo of Wolverine. It's the first solo series cover appearance of Wolverine. So to me, like, the prices are astronomical for a Copper Age book. It is really just insane how expensive this book is. I remember you can get a really close to mint copy of this book for $100, and now forget that. This book is quadrupled, quintupled. That's how crazy this book is. And I love this book. Like, the cover art is absolutely amazing. Frank Miller's did an outstanding job. This is iconic. But I'm not paying thousands of dollars for this book. I think that's insane. That's just my opinion. I think it's too expensive. To me, it's a definite hold. I'm not going out and buying this right now. It's a definite hold, but I'm not going to, I mean, at the exorbitant prices that you're getting for this book, to me, I would sell it. That's just me, because I don't think that's sustainable, because of the prices that they're at. But what's that noise, dude? I hear like crinkling in the background.
I have no idea.
Okay. Either way, to me, this is a hold or a sell. And it's only a sell because the prices are crazy. If you have it, I would probably hold it till if we get a first trailer of Wolverine, or if he just pops up on screen somewhere, that'd be the time to sell it. But hold or a sell for me. For me, if you can get a really good price for this book right now and you have a nice copy, sell it. Because I don't think these prices for this book are sustainable.
Yup.
Agreed?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me throw this off of there.
Okay.
Last one. Go ahead, throw it up. And I don't have this book. He owns this book. Wish I owned this book at this point. Go ahead, throw it up.
The last book a couple months ago was literally 5 buckaroos. 5. The number of fingers I have up. is the amount of money it was. $5.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't that. You paid a good amount for this book.
Let me.
It wasn't
check
$5.
65.
65. Okay.
Somewhere like that. But we have Young Avengers #1. The cover actually looks really cool, but I really don't like that they just like took the like old Avengers and just hit them with the baseball bat in the head, knocked them out, and told Stanley to just make a new Avengers team.
Stanley wasn't working on Young Avengers, dude.
I know who. Alan Henberg, Jim Chewing, and John Dell. They just decided to like knock out the old Avengers team and make a new one. So, and they're young.
Listen, I get why they did it. Don't get me wrong, I get it. To keep everything fresh with new characters, and that's I think part of the reason Marvel Comics is to where it is now, and DC to an extent, where we have old characters renewed as younger characters, and now you have the same characters reused as other people. Like, I don't like that, but I get why they did it. But this book is ridiculously hot right now. There is, I guess, a Young Avengers either show or movie coming out at some point. That's what everybody thinks down the line. You already have Kate Bishop showing up in the Hawkeye TV series eventually, so you already have her.
Yep.
So they've laid the groundwork. To me, this is a buy right now. If you can get a good copy for cheap, I would still buy it, because eventually when that movie or show comes down and hits, I do think you'll get more value out of it. It makes sense to buy it right now. So it's either a buy or a hold if you have it. I wouldn't sell it right now, because I do still think you're going to get more bang for your buck.
So Joe, again, popping in the chat, said, hold Young Avengers until the series. Yep, I agree with that. And I agree. It's a hold until it comes out. And it actually is a TV show on Disney Plus. It will come out.
It's going to be a TV show, not a movie?
Yep. He said it's a TV show. I'm just going by what he said.
See, I thought it was going to be a movie. I know that I know Bishop's going to be in a TV show, but at the same time, like, I don't know what Marvel is planning for this team. I don't think they're going to get like Avengers Endgame numbers for Young Avengers, because there's too many people, laissez-faire comic fans out there that aren't into that, so they don't know. So I don't think they're going to jump at. Everybody knew Captain America was Iron Man, Spider-Man. They don't know the Young Avengers. They don't even know like Miles Morales, who's not a Young Avengers, but he may be a Young Avenger when they end up putting this movie out there. Just like Spider-Man is like a pseudo Avenger. He's not an Avenger in the comics, really. So to me, I think, but I do agree, it's a buy or a hold if you have it. Don't sell it yet, because once they drop a trailer, they announce something, this book will pop even more. So definitely hold on to it.
Ooh, we got a new people. The Hobbyists. First Moondragon I've been specking on 1 year now.
Yeah, I mean, but still, like, you know what? That he's just making a point. Like, you got to hang on to this stuff, because you don't know when this stuff's gonna come. That's why it's all speculation. Everything out there, everything driving the market right now is speculation. Every little tidbit in Key Collector Comics, Go Collect, all of it is every inkling of something that may happen, that may get optioned, that may be, picked up somewhere. Just like the Mephisto thing with WandaVision. How crazy that book went. Just from everybody thought that he was going to show up in that series, and then it dud. He didn't show up, and now the book dropped like a stick. And I have 2 copies, but I bought them a long time ago. So like, I was hoping that he was going to show up, because I probably would have sold one or both of them. But you just got to kind of go with what your gut says, what maybe like you think the storyline is going to go, and then hope from there. I don't go by like what other people say for the most part, unless we get confirmation from Marvel or DC. But my thing is right now with DC, I'm really not. Let me throw this off there. I'm really not picking up any of the DC books to spec on. Like, I sold a first Silver Age of Catwoman. We've seen all the DC villains for the most part at some point. When DC gets their act together and Warner Brothers gets their act together, we'll hopefully be able to buy DC more and then do this all over again, right? Yeah. And then we get to spec on DC books, and then you see those books go nuts. So I'm waiting for Warner's to get their head out of their ass. But so what do you say? Exactly. Joe, I just said the same thing. Where's the DC books? Lord. There aren't any. because none of they're popping a little bit. Don't get me wrong, because the whole market is going up, but I believe the whole market is going up because I think people are pulling their money out of the stock market. I'm seeing like the stock market go sideways for like 4 or 5 months now, and people are taking their money and they're putting it into collectibles, including sports cards, and sports cards are beginning to crash, and now comics. The comics are out of control. I had a Hulk 181 that was a 7.5. I bought for $3,000, and I sold it less than a year later for $4,000, and literally 2 months later, the same book is worth $8,000. Like that is like it doubled overnight. Like that's crazy to me.
Literally, lol. Like worse DC books.
See, the hobbyist says Mephisto should have been gotten after the first Guardian of the Galaxy movie. He's probably right, because that's probably a route. I actually got it after that, and I picked up. I had 2 real copies, and they got graded out at a 4.0 and a 4.5, I think, and they were both like $200 books, so they weren't a lot of money. Yeah. But when that WandaVision was out, that was like a $1,300 book, which is crazy to me, just on speculation. Yep. We didn't get any confirmation. We didn't get any like say, hey, Marvel said, yeah, Mephisto's going to be in it. No, $1,000 that book went up on just speculation, and that's what I think is happening on a lot of this stuff.
For speculation, that's it. Speculation, no confirmance, no nothing. And they even dropped a little teaser at the end of WandaVision.
Confirmance is not a word, my friend.
Whatever. They dropped a little teaser at the end of WandaVision when Wanda like heard screams from her kids from the Westview TV show comedy kind of thing. She heard screams. So, and that probably has something to do with Mephisto, but we haven't seen that yet.
I don't know. I saw the same, like you saw that devil face at some point in WandaVision, and then I saw the same devil face in the Loki series. So spoiler, sorry. So I don't know if that is the ties to that or not. People are speculating that devil is Loki himself.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know where that's going. So I thought it might have been Mephisto. Now obviously it's not. I heard Nightmare. It could be Nightmare. There's another book that I think people are specking on, and now that's kind of dropping off the table because people don't know where it's going.
Mm-hmm. All right. And that's about it for all the comics.
Yeah, I hear crinkling, so try to sit still if you can. I don't know if it's just the headphone wire or what it is.
I think it's the headphone wire because it's kind of like shaking because I'm like moving my head.
Yeah, if we got to get some AirPods on you. And those are good Sony headphones too. That's I don't understand that one.
They're the PS5 headphones.
Either way, what do you think? We're probably going to do this buy, sell, or hold again every couple of weeks. We'll take another 10 books and we'll go from there. Hopefully next time, Joe, we'll have some DC books for you.
Yep.
But right now, I think everything DC is for the most part is a hold. I'm not going out and buying anything until they kind of get their act together. And I definitely, I'm probably not selling anything, a little bit here and there if they get a pop. But things aren't really moving too much on the DC front. A little bit, but not like Marvel books. The speculation is driving everything right now. The freaking comic auctions are just out of control. An AF-15.5 just sold for $21,000. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. A 0.5 sold for $21,000, and it was missing like a third of the cover. And I don't understand. Like, to me, that's crazy. That to me seems like a comic person bought that who wasn't informed. Like, it wasn't a comic enthusiast who paid that much money for that. That's what that feels like to me. Like, I'm from a collector ass point, yes, like it's an AF-15, so you can take what you can get, but I wouldn't pay $21,000 for a book that's missing a third of the cover.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, I think that they knew the value of the book, but I don't think they knew that that it's missing the third of the cover is worth $21,000.
I just think it's out of control. Joe says indie books are on fire. I agree because you know what? At least the indie books right now, the storylines are absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
So I get why people are specking on those 100%. They're not ridiculous. Like, I know Something's Killing the Children #1 is absolutely insane. It's like over $1,000. To me, like, that's a lot of money. So you better be right if you're going to buy it. I believe it's already been optioned or whatever. But either way, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, if you want to go out and buy like cheap indie books, you get them a good price and then they hit and then they spec on something that's coming, like that's like found money. I agree with you. Indie books should be bought. 100% indie books should be bought. And I think if you get cheap Marvel keys, they should be bought. But I'll throw a little caveat. I think bronze and silver age keys should be bought. And copper. The modern stuff, I tread lightly on that stuff unless they're major characters. Anybody who watches my channel religiously knows, like, there's only a couple that I like. The Kamala Khan, we know she's already getting this TV show. And Spider-Gwen is a huge character. And Miles. Miles is a huge issue, even though I think that book is really starting to come in now a little bit. It was going crazy for a while. Now it's starting to come back in. Those are the three that I could think of, Marvel, like, modern keys that I would kind of are the three big ones that are going to pop. All other rosters, like, they're really hit and miss. They may go a little bit, but I don't know until they get an announcement. If they get an announcement, then they're going to go. So that's why the spec is crazy. Indie books, I'm definitely would take a chance on right now. 100% I'm taking a chance on them because they're cheap. And the stories are amazing. And that's why they're all being picked up to be made into shows or movies. It's worth it. 100% worth it. A lot of great reads out there. I'm trying to get this one into reading more stuff. So,
especially because I want the codes from the Batman Fortnite books.
Yeah, we go to the LCS every couple of weeks and buy the Batman Fortnite, but the rule is now that he can't get the code till he reads it. So, but that's it. I think this is a good idea, right? Every couple of weeks you jump on with another 10 books and we go buy, sell, or hold and see. Hopefully, the spec can calm down a little bit so we can kind of play with more books. But either way, I think this is a good idea. Get some people hopping on, meet some new people. I think I recognize Joe. Not sure about the hobbyist, but I'm glad you guys stopped by to kind of chat with us for a little bit. It doesn't say how long we've been on here, huh? I can't see.
We've been on here for 36 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay, there you go. Either way. Anything else we're talking about while we're on here? Or we're going to call it a night, a wrap?
The one thing I want to say is hope you enjoyed. There's going to be one shameless plug in here, but hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, I'm going to start to do live streams on my channel too for like Roblox, some Fortnite, that stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel, which is Rye Guy. It has a Roblox avatar and a space background. It's pretty cool. So yeah, subscribe to that channel and yeah.
All right, guys. Listen, I'm also gonna plug something. We're at almost at 900 subscribers. We're almost at 1,000. When I get to 1,000, I thought I was gonna drop something for 750, but it came so quick. Now we're almost at 1,000. When we get to 1,000, I'm dropping some freaking huge bombs giveaway. I will let you guys know what that's gonna be when we're getting close. So this is Lawrence at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and what's your name?
Rye Guy.
Saying thanks for watching our live stream, guys. We'll be back in a couple of weeks doing another top 10 hot books, buy, sell, or holds. Joe, the hobbyist, thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, not yet.
See, it's still here. End.